Alright, so I'm going to be playing Defiance. And I'm going to start a new character, and I'm going to go through the first portion of it right now. I'm going to go through the character creation screen. I'm going to show you all the different character stuff. For anyone who's seen it before, this is nothing new. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, well, okay. I'll do the opening cutscene, show you all that, as well as show you all the different characters. Now, I don't have all the DLC stuff, so I don't have like the Cast-a-Thin DLC. Chiefly because I didn't see any point in actually going out and buying the Cast-a-Thin DLC just so I could get the Cast-a-Thin race. But I think it'll still let me show at least some of it. So I'll do that. So here we go, new character.
Listen up, people! We just passed the Golden Gate. We'll be on site in less than 20. So you got 10 to secure the rest of that gear and get yourself strapped in for a landing. Repeat! 10 minutes until lockdown, people!
That's an unacceptable response. Must I remind you who I am?
What the hell is this?
I don't care what your protocol is. You're here to help me, so that's what I want you to
You're
do.
dismissed, Private. What's the problem, Von Bach?
You better get your men in line, Captain Grant. I want my equipment out of storage. My Ark Hunters and I depart as soon as we land.
The Earth Republic is in a limousine service. Your gear's locked up and we don't have time to dig it out. Now please, find your seat.
No offense, Captain, but I think your orders were to do as I ask.
My orders come from my superiors, people in Manhattan wearing uniforms, like this. And those orders are to keep you safe while you locate your alleged Arctech.
Alleged Arctech? There is no alleged, Captain. Do you see this? With this Ark core and the rest of the technology that I'll find in the Bay Area, I will repair this world. And be its hero, of course.
You're in a restricted area. Get to your seat.
If anything happens to my gear, I'll send the bill to your superiors.
What an asshole.
Let's move, people! Time's ticking! What is this, a dorm room? Everyone, get to your seats! You two, let's go!
No problem, Cap.
You too.
Alright, so here we go. So you'll note that both these are read out. These are Cast-a-Thin female and male, naturally speaking. Wow. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Not bad. Well, every woman is beautiful in her own way. Yeah. So, we'll go through here. Of course, we have the 4 different classes. Veteran, survivalist. Alright, had a bit of a crash there. Don't know why, but it did. So anyway, as I was saying, outlaw. And then of course, machinist, which I will be playing a machinist. But as you can see, a few different options as far as it really just kind of basically changes the clothing and the weaponry that you're going to use. And of course we have the Arathian male, and Arathian female. And some of the factory stock face looks are not exactly, you know, the best. So we'll go through the face options as well. You know, it's like some of the face models just, I mean, seriously, you choose option 2. Okay, she's got a chubby face, but like anorexic body. Like, really? That somehow made sense to you guys. See, that one's not too bad. The first one's not bad either, but I mean, that one's a little bit, you know, smoother. This one, I just, oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I actually think I might do Arathian this time. But we'll go through the Arathian options. And then, of course, the male. Like, look at that. Does that not look like his face was just, like, sewed on? I mean, what is this, face off? That's Keanu Reeves underneath there, by the way. For those of you who didn't know that. He's branching out. So, from here we do bone structure. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I did this, it kind of threw me off a bit because I couldn't find any of the other options. If you don't pay attention, you would think that this is it, but they're all right up here in the upper right hand corner, as small as can be. Hair, other details, eyes, all that good stuff. So you can choose through 7 different bone structures, some a bit more cartoonish than others. I mean, wow. I mean, that's a jawbone right there. You know, jaw's nothing. And then, of course, now the funny thing is, okay, so you notice it says nose, but it gives her piercings. Like, doesn't change her nose one bit, but it does give her eyebrow piercing. So I don't exactly know why. Nose piercings, okay, that makes a tiny bit more sense, but still doesn't change her nose. Single nose ring, kind of hard to see right there. That one actually changed her nose, made it a little bit skinnier, a little bit bulkier. Okay. And of course, the mouth settings. No lip rings though. Surprise, surprise. Actually changes the lips. Kind of Angelina Jolie-ish. There's the lip ring. Yeah, you see, you knew it was coming, didn't you? Yeah, you did. There's the side ring. A bit puffier. Then, of course, you can change their skin tone from palish, kind of pinkish brown, to almost humanish. And a new option that was added after the fact. So, like, after I bought the first game and already had my original character created, which kind of irritated me, was they actually added voices in this time. So you have different voice options.
Hey. Hey, buddy. Soldier.
How's the violence? What's up?
Hey, friend.
So, you know, and I'll go back and I'll do the male stuff too, but... And the voices, by the way. Like, these voices right here are going to be all the same, whether you're Castithan, Arathian, or human. So, no need to show all of those. And the skin tones. If you don't know what human skin tones look like, well, then, you know, go take a walk outside for a few minutes. So, then of course you have eye shape, which you notice a small difference there. It's a bit tinier, but I mean basically the same shape. A little bit wider out. More open, a little bit more narrow. And then of course, the lovely eye color, which naturally I'm going with green because green is awesome. And then the hairstyles. This is one of the things that really got me because I was like, I wanted to change my hairstyle, but I couldn't figure out how. You need to be very careful with this. As you can clearly see, it is very easy to screw up the hairstyle. Very easy. You can really ruin a character by making all the wrong options, which I did. So my original character wears a it's actually a hockey mask, not a ski mask. But yeah, like, don't get me wrong, she's not completely ugly, but to each his own. And of course the traditional hair colors. Naturally, that's going to be mine, number 4, always, because, you know, redheads are awesome. Love the ginge. And then, of course, you have other markings. Now, this is going to vary from race to race, but it's going to be the same for Arathians. So all Arathians are going to have all of this stuff. Maybe the males won't probably have the makeup, but I think the makeup, yeah, I think the makeup is going to be different for the men if they actually do have it. So you have these markings here. Some of them, not too bad. That one I think is a bit much. My opinion, you know, you may differ. You know, I think some of these are a bit overdone. You know, that's not bad. It's simple, kind of basic and plain. You know, you've got the marks on the cheek with the one on the forehead. So, you know, I mean, if I'm honest, I think if I was going to do Arathian and I did the face markings, I'd probably go with number 4. Because it's just simple. It's just that one right there. You know, none of this over the top nonsense. Now, blemishes, I don't really do blemishes. You know, freckles are fine, but some of them can get a bit, you know, moles. If you have moles, you have moles, but I don't usually put them on my character because they never look right. Some of the scars, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, it's a bit much, don't you think? I mean, surely, if you take a wound like that, and you have a scar like that, you would have lost your eye. You know, and same deal here. You know, that's a pretty severe bit of damage. That's fairly close to the eye. Now, don't get me wrong, I can see this one kind of working out in your favor. You know, you might just have been able, you know, barely just miss the eye, like right there. So, I mean, but I like to think that, see, and it's like this kind of stuff. You know, that's more of a tattoo than a blemish. Okay? See, this is another prime example. You know, you have the scar here, scar here, scar here, scar here. Really, if you've taken that much face damage, you know, maybe you should try ducking and covering more. Just saying. So, and then of course we go to face paint, which, again, sometimes I feel can be a bit overdone. You know, but that depends on you. See, this one I like. This one's not bad. Then of course you have that. That's not too bad. That's not bad. What is everyone's obsession with this? Okay, if anyone wants to comment on why everyone has this obsession with doing this face painted skull on their face, let me know, because I've never got the point of it. That's just me. And then of course like I said, we have makeup, where we'll go through here and you know. Alright, so we'll back out of this. And we'll do the Arathian males next. We'll switch back to the slightly less apish looking dude. And of course, once again, you can choose the bone structure. Now, if you notice this one, it thins his face out, but it widens out his ears. So you see that? So his ears kind of like come outward. And I guess it kind of widens his eyes out a bit too, yeah. I mean, it really looks like they took inspiration from like Neanderthal or cavemen for the Arathians, which is kind of irritating. I don't know why. And like I said, most of the face structures are pudgy-cheeked. I mean, it's not exactly a cartoonish style, but it's not exactly like ideal either. I should also point out on like stuff like the weapons. So you'll note when I back out that he's carrying a light MG. It doesn't matter what you start the game with. You can pick up every single weapon in the game. So that's kind of irrelevant. Me personally, I like to go with one extreme or another. Either I'm gonna rain bullets or I'm gonna snipe you. So yes, I like light assault, light machine guns and assault rifles, as well as sniper rifles. I'm not a shotgun man for some reason. I don't know why. It's not that I have a problem with shotguns, but just they've never really worked for me. And I really, really, really wish someone would explain to all of these people that having a shotgun that fires rockets or grenades makes no sense whatsoever. And for the love of everything, please stop. If I pick up a shotgun, when I pick up a shotgun, I want it to shoot shotgun shells, not grenades. If I want to shoot grenades, I'm gonna get a grenade launcher. I mean, granted, I could be wrong about this, you know, but you know, I can't see that it's just me. Surely someone else out there has to agree that a shotgun that fires grenades makes no sense at all. None. And of course the skin tones, as you can see, for the guys are exactly the same as they are for the girls. Wow. Total zombie, right? So, male voices.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
See, that just doesn't fit with him, does it? I mean, that doesn't fit with how they look.
Soldier?
That's not bad.
Hey, how's the violence?
It's too high-pitched for someone that size. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen some big guys with high-pitched voices before, but
What's up?
again, still a little bit too high-pitched in my opinion.
Hey, friend.
That's not bad. I mean, that's acceptable in my book. So then, of course, we have eye shape. So, as you can see, he now has bags under his eyes like he hasn't slept in a year and a half. Oh, wow. They just... I like this game. I should probably explain why. I like this game because I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty or Battlefield. I've always liked playing shooters, and I desperately wanted a shooter that was MMO style, but I've never been a fan of Call of Duty or Battlefield. I've played Call of Duty and Battlefield. They both have their perks. Woohoo! Yeah. He walked into the hair salon and said, you know what? Surprise me. That's exactly what the haircut is. I stand corrected. That's what that haircut is. Wow, that's like bad dreads. Hang on, we gotta change the coloring of that. No. No. Really, no. Wow. That just... yeah, no. That's better than most. No, no. And... not bad, but I think we'll go gray. So, but yeah, I like this game because I like being able to go out, explore a world, and just, you know, take on NPCs. this is his attempt to grow out this haircut right here. So he shaved it all off. He cut all this down, and he's now trying to grow his hair back. So that's exactly what this is. And that's the continuation of this one right here. So he's partially starting to grow back, so he decided to comb it over. See, that one's not bad. Very traditional. Very nice. And of course you get face hair for the dudes, which somehow just doesn't look right on the Arathians for some reason. I mean, this one's not bad, but also, speaking of face hair, this, if anyone has watched the show, reminded me of one of the characters in the show who actually has this sort of beard goatee. I won't mention his name, chiefly because I can't remember his name right now. But you might notice some small issues in between here in the show, in that some of the stuff I just realized doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, for instance, right now we're on a straddle carrier, right? They don't once show a straddle carrier in the show. Don't know why. Could never explain it. Small little sideburns there. It doesn't make a lick of sense to me. So I don't know why they never once mention it, but I mean, I think they do mention the fact that our straddle carrier, that something happens to it, which, you know, you're not going to see in this video, but in the next one definitely. Of course, the male face paint, or markings I should say, because the face paint is down here. And these are actually different from the females, which is a bit weird, don't you think? Because, I mean, if you notice, there are different variations for each and every number. Whereas the female one is like, where is it? That one. So you have the same sort of half shape with the circle. Hang on. So you have the same sort of half shape with a circle. And yeah, it's like, I don't understand why. Like, it's completely different. But like, yeah, they have that same one for like almost every single pattern. So then of course we have the blemishes. Here, we'll go back to one so we can see the blemishes. Scar on the cheek. You know, nice little cut there, which again, I bring up the eye issue. Claws to the cheek, which, you know, obviously he pissed off his ex-girlfriend. So, and then of course we have face paint. So get rid of the blemishes. The black bar across the eyes. The purple stripes. See, that's not too bad. That's not too wild and crazy. I've seen that before. But of course, naturally, we get to the end, and as usual, it's the skull over the face. Please, someone explain that to me. I would really like to know what the deal is with that. So, human women, which is most likely what I'm going to be playing. And of course, you know, we go through the bone structure. You've seen all this in the last couple minutes, so. And to prove my point about the voices here.
Hey. Hey, buddy. Soldier?
How's the violence? What's up?
Hey, friend.
See, so basically what they did was they got, like, I think 2 women to do the voices. So yeah, as you can see, like I said, 2 women that probably did like all 6 of these voices. So, and again, the nose thing. So apparently, nose option 1 is nose ring. Then you finally get into the actual nose change. I don't know why. You know, that sort of thing should really be under details. I don't know why they put nose rings under noses. This one has a nose ring, as you can see, like right there, but it actually does change her nose, so I'm not too upset about that. And then mouth type. I don't know, what do you think? Alanis Morissette-ish? Definitely Angelina Jolie. Then you have skin tone, which, I'm sorry, never really works well in a lot of these games. But, like I said, if you don't know what the different skin tones are, well then, you know, you obviously need to spend more time outside. Eye shape, a bit wider. See, that's a bit more, I guess you would say, Asian-ish or Oriental. Whereas there we've got like total American. I know, right? Like huge, wide open eyes. Eye color. Like I said, definitely green. Always with the green. None of this stuff really changes. Now, here's one thing I have to say I didn't notice on the... Okay, so for some reason this thing keeps on crashing on me. I'm going to try and soldier through this section, and when I'm done here, I don't know, I'll play around with fraps or whatever. Like I was saying, there's no eyebrows on the Arathians. I'm thinking it's just a case of Arathians don't have eyebrows. So, you know. But maybe that's just how they designed the characters. So, there's all the eyebrow options. I gotta say, I think number 2 for her. And then, of course, hairstyles. Not bad. Kind of short. I kind of dig the short hair thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Don't get me wrong, the pigtails are nice. Although the pigtails after, like... Well, really after the age of 8 really don't work anymore. On women. Not... I mean, there's someone that probably could pull them off, but I haven't met a lot of them. This is definitely one of my more favorite looks for actual women in game. However, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. Now, don't get me wrong, she's definitely better than my last girl who, like, was all pierced out. Where I don't have a problem with that in real life, in video games, yeah, it didn't really work very well. So, and of course, this is the hairstyle. Now, whenever you start a new game, it's gonna go through all these options and randomly select whatever number is in this list. So, I mean, it's totally random at the beginning, and then you go through and you do your own creations. So there you have the longer sort of pin-backed hairstyle, the short ponytail, rocking the dreads, gotta love dreads, and then of course the long natural ponytail, which is not bad. I'm thinking probably something along the lines of, I don't know how I feel about that one. Maybe we will go with the hawk. So, I mean, you can never go wrong with the mohawk, right? And of course the hairstyles, hair colors, I mean, not styles. Like I said, I'm definitely going with 4. Love Ginge. Love the Ginge. Mad supporter of gingers. Especially ginger women. So, you know, just throwing that out there. And then we have tattoos, blemishes, face paint, and of course, the typical makeup. So, now the thing... Alright, 3 guesses as to what happened there. So, we're almost done here though. Hopefully we can make it through the session. Trying to get through this as quick as possible. Because constantly having to restart this thing every single time is actually really starting to get annoying. And I'm not even 100% certain I'm going to post this video anymore. So, I might just... Okay, y'all see that? That makes sense. So, scar across the eye. Prosthetic eye. Okay, yeah. Bam. Makes sense. Thank you. That one, not so much. But, like I said, these are all blemishes. You know, I think they go a little bit overboard with some of the blemish stuff. Not that some of them can't be kind of neat, kind of cool, you know, but... honestly... So, if I had to choose, obviously, we go with the freckles. Because, you know, freckles and redheads. Freckled redheads. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And of course, now you'll notice some of the face paint is actually different from the Arathians. But always gotta throw in that skull, don't you? Yeah, just chuck that right in there. Because, you know... Now see, that makes sense. I understand that. But this... Where is it? That? Why? What is the point? So, and then of course we have makeup. Which is your typical colors. So, if anything, expect to see her in-game. You know? I might go with a different outfit, but... we'll see. Like I said, that first class, those first few options, oops, hang on, no. See, and that's the other thing too, is when you're in this screen, you'll see the continue. It didn't have this the last time. It only had confirm. So I'm glad they added that feature in there. So like when I first bought the game, this said confirm, not continue. Right? So, like I said, expect to see her probably in the game. Because that's probably what I'm going to go with for that. For this one. Like I said, I need to play around with fraps. Sorry if I'm skipping through these kind of quickly, but I'm anticipating another crash here pretty soon. So, you know, I'm trying to get as much crammed into one video as I can. And look, no nose ring. You know, it actually does change the nose of the guy this time. Okay. And of course I opened my big fat mouth and it crashed again. So, like I said, it does actually change the nose of the guys. There's no nose rings, which, you know, I think is a bit sexist. So, like I said, I'm going to kind of power through all these. Trying to at least take a second or two to demonstrate all the different stuff. But with the skin tone, with the constant crashes, I'm about to say skin tones, but that's because I was looking right here. With the constant crashes, I am kind of trying to get through this as quick as I can, so that way I don't really have to worry too much about it for much longer, because of course this is the last group that I've got left to do. If I even decide to post any of these videos, I'm gonna pin them all together and kind of see what happens here. So if I do decide to do it, then if I do decide to use this, then I will mention it in the upcoming videos. Most likely I probably won't. I'm gonna see about fraps. Maybe they have an update out or something like that, and I don't know. we'll see what happens. It may be Triton having an issue. Check it out. It's Justin Bieber. Or wait, no, wait. I can do that better. I can do that so much better. Bam. It's what Justin Bieber will look like in like another 20 years. Seriously. Mark my words. I mean, doesn't that guy look like that creepy dude down the street? Like, seriously. And that guy's obviously trying to sell you something. So, you know, don't trust him. Homeless man. Recently homeless man. The guy at work that nobody can really stand. The guy at work that nobody ever notices. The guy who delivers stuff to your work. Your boss's nephew. And your boss. And then of course with the tattoos again. They're all obviously facial tattoos. They're not anything else. So for those of you who are hoping. Always distractions. And of course the tears. I'm assuming that's a Scorpion-esque type deal because you see the claws and of course the tail. I mean, I'm thinking you'd probably have to be bald in order to see the rest of it. And of course much more colorful. Huge facial tattoos. Now the blemishes are all pretty much going to be exactly the same. I mean, they do change a little bit from one to the next. But not. I almost made it. I almost made it. Like, I mean, I was literally like just near the end of the blemishes. Yeah. Like literally right on number 5. Just at the end and hit 6, and right when I hit 6 it crashed again. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to look into this whole crashing thing. And of course, the more it's crashing, the less likely it is that I'm actually gonna post these videos. So face paint, but this is the last one. I mean, we're literally right there at the end. Again with the skull. Still don't get the point of it. Still don't understand why. Don't know why they also added Braveheart paint in there, but you know, for those of you who haven't seen Braveheart, it in essence looks like that. Hang on, here we'll make him look a little bit more Irish. I said a little bit more Irish, not like, yeah, just Irish. So there you go. Braveheart reenactment. True American soldier. And true American soldiers who just got kicked out. So those are all the character stuff. Like I said, expect to see the I'm leaning either heavily towards, I mean obviously female, but either Arathian or human. I'm leaning heavily towards human. I mean, chiefly because ginger Arathians don't really look that good, in my opinion. Okay, you know, I may stand corrected there. Maybe a little bit corrected. I don't know. I don't like her bone structure. Hang on. Now that's number 3. See, and that's the other thing too, is like, look how thin she looks. I don't know. We're probably going to end up going human. But anyway, that's that. we'll see in the character once we get into the game. So for right now, that's all she wrote. And I say, sayonara.